Humans could be destroyed if we go to Mars, according to what NASA claims. Scientists at NASA reveal that a trip to Mars could have serious consequences on astronauts due to zero gravity. Tests on astronauts who have spent prolonged time on the International Space Station, the ISS, have shown that their bones weaken and muscles waste away due to the lack of gravity. It's feared that effects would be more severe on a long Martian mission. A NASA spokesman said astronauts know their bodies will be tested during time spent on the ISS, from the 15-day sunrises and sunsets wreaking havoc on their circadian rhythms to the lack of gravity that weaken bone density and muscles. NASA is working to counteract these otherworldly challenges to enable long-term human exploration of space. For example, special lighting helps with sleep, and rigorous exercise helps keep astronauts' bodies strong. But frustratingly, bone loss continues to occur. With missions to Mars on the horizon, the agency is increasing interest in potential new treatments to help protect astronauts' bodies, they said. To advance understanding of how zero gravity affects bone density, scientists from Ames Research Center teamed up with Bioserve Space Technologies, University of Colorado Boulder, and Ambient of Thousand Oaks, California, for a series of three experiments conducted on mice. Jacob Cohen, chief scientist at Ames Research Center, says, "As scientists, we want to know what are the mechanisms that affect bone loss, what are the mechanisms that affect muscle loss. NASA's rodent habitat, developed at Ames Research Center in Moffett Field, California, serves as a home away from home for mice on the ISS. Previous rodent experiments aboard space shuttles contributed to the development of new drugs now fighting osteoporosis here on Earth. Amgen was already working on treatments for osteoporosis, a disease that weakens bones in middle-aged women and older men. Louis Stodik, the research professor at University of Colorado Boulder and Bioserve's director, put Amgen researchers in touch with Ames to design the rodent research in microgravity. He said, "The idea is you can assess how things might occur in humans if you go and have a good animal model that predicts what the human's response is going to be, both to weightlessness and to any possible treatment to counteract it." During 3 separate space shuttle flights, groups of 15 mice, all about 10 weeks old, were sent into microgravity for 2-week stints. Each time, one group was treated with a molecule designed to mitigate the loss of bone density and muscle strength, while a second group was given a placebo. Other mice got the same treatment but remained on Earth as a control group. Although mice and humans don't have identical physiology or biology, mice can still be used to help identify some basic mechanisms that are similar in humans and for the early therapeutic studies. And since mice physiology, anatomy, and genetics are well understood and they have much shorter lifespans, researchers can do many more and better controlled studies to learn about the potential effects of new treatments, which may help humans in the future. One experiment focused on sclerostin, a naturally secreted protein that tells the body to dial down the formation of new bone. The mice were injected with an antibody that blocks sclerostin, essentially telling the body to let up on the brake, said Chris Patsy, Amgen's research lead on the project. NASA is interested in the company's work to help protect astronauts' bone health, but the research has benefits for people suffering from osteoporosis here on Earth. NASA says the results were encouraging as the mice injected with the antibody showed increased bone formation and improved bone structure and bone strength, similar to what was seen in the mice who remained on Earth. Mr. Stodik said Amgen and partner UBC Pharma are working on a drug using the antibody that is really going to shake things up, he said. Another of the molecules tested by Amgen on the space flights is already approved in a drug helping women with osteoporosis prevent broken bones. Marketed as Prolia, the drug was developed in part using mice data from Amgen's first space experiment. So all these results from 4-footed critters will give NASA another possible tool to consider for future space voyages to Mars and beyond. This is Unbended Reality. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.